What if the most dangerous state in America isn't the one you expect? You might think it's always the big cities or places you've heard about on the news. But here's the shocking truth. Crime is rising in places you'd least suspect, hiding right in plain sight. Imagine families who once felt safe in their homes, now living with fear every single day. Communities that seem peaceful are suddenly facing growing threats, changing life as they know it. Today, we're counting down the 20 most dangerous states in America, not just based on rumors or stories, but on real, hard data. And trust me, the number one state will shock you more than you think. So here's a question just for you. Is your state on this list? If you want to know if you're living somewhere safe or somewhere you should watch out, this video is for you. Stay with us as we uncover the real truth behind the headlines and reveal what's really going on in these states. This countdown will change how you see America's safety, and maybe even your own neighborhood. Number 20, North Carolina. Crime is rising in cities like Charlotte and Raleigh. Gang activity is growing, and police don't have enough resources. Violence near schools is increasing, with teens caught in the crossfire. Even quiet towns see more domestic violence. Crime is moving into suburbs. So North Carolina is at 20, but what about states facing even bigger problems? At 19, Arizona, Phoenix struggles with carjackings and drug trafficking. The border location and few police make crime hard to control. Residents feel unsafe and assaults are very high. Even joggers in gated communities face attacks. The quiet desert hides a chaotic city. How will Arizona's crime affect its future? At 18, Georgia, Atlanta leads in human trafficking. Rapid growth outpaces safety efforts, leaving parents worried. Murders have risen 60% in 5 years. Families face dangerous shootouts downtown. The suburbs are no longer safe either. With growth and danger both rising, can Georgia protect its people? At 17, Nevada, Las Vegas saw crime rise after the pandemic. Homelessness and drug use grow, and police are stretched thin. Robberies and stabbings increase by 40%. Tourists often walk unknowingly into danger. Nearby small towns battle meth problems. What does this chaos mean for the rest of Nevada? Number 16, Florida has the most road rage shootings. Fast population growth and easy gun access cause many deadly traffic fights. Several cities rank high in crime. Sunny beaches hide serious problems. Florida seems like paradise, but hides daily struggles many don't see. So, from Florida's heat, what about California's glitz? Number 15. California violent crime waves hit cities like Los Angeles and Oakland. Income inequality makes life harder, and safe neighborhoods are no longer guaranteed. Murders in LA are up 30%. Imagine an elderly person mugged near a grocery store. Even tech hubs face more burglaries. California's glamour clashes with survival. From California's coasts, what's happening on New York streets? At 14, New York assaults are rising on subways and public places. Economic struggles create tension and parents fear city life for their kids. Assaults jumped 38% in just 1 year. A father was attacked during a school run. Meanwhile, rural areas battle meth problems. What's hidden beneath the Big Apple's bright lights? Let's look at Illinois. Number 13. Illinois still battles gun violence, especially in Chicago. Systemic inequality keeps crime high, and kids are afraid to leave their homes. Over 3,500 shootings were reported last year. Even suburbs feel the pain. Efforts to stop the violence often fall short. If Illinois is struggling, what about Washington? At 12, Washington, Seattle sees a rise in drug-related and homeless violence. The housing crisis makes things worse, and small businesses feel unsafe. Armed robberies are up 25%. A cafe owner was robbed twice in a few months. Crime is growing beyond the city center. Can progressive ideals survive this reality? From Washington, where do we go next? Kentucky? Number 11, Kentucky faces a surge in violent crime, especially in Louisville. Poverty and the opioid crisis make safety worse. Communities feel daily threats. Homicides have gone up a lot, and neighborhood watches are forming to protect families. Even rural areas see drug crimes rising. Kentucky shows how far crime can reach, but what about the states worse than this? At number 10, South Carolina, cities like Charleston and Columbia see violent crimes rising fast. Economic gaps cause unrest, and families live in constant fear. Violent crime is up over 20%, with home invasions growing even in suburbs. Even tourist spots face more crime. How will South Carolina balance growth and safety? What about Alabama? Number 9, Alabama, especially Birmingham, reports high aggravated assaults. Social problems and low police funding leave residents feeling under siege. Assaults and robberies are well above the national average. Business owners face repeat break-ins, and rural crime is often ignored. Can stretch police handle this? Let's move to Tennessee. At 8, Tennessee, Memphis has one of the highest murder rates in the country. Poverty and gangs fuel the violence, forcing families to live in fear. Murders are up 15% this year. Neighborhoods even organize curfews to stay safe. Smaller cities also see crime rising. What comes next after Tennessee? Arkansas. 7. Arkansas, especially Little Rock, struggles with violent crime. Economic decline and drug problems make parents worry for their kids. Violent crimes are increasing steadily, and schools report more violence. Small towns also face meth issues. Communities are being tested. Is the Midwest any safer? Let's see Michigan. At 6, Michigan, Detroit's violent crime is still very high. Economic problems and gangs trap many in unsafe neighborhoods. Assaults and homicides stay above the national average. Businesses board up windows to stop crime. Even suburbs see more property crimes. Can Detroit's revival beat the crime? Next is Missouri's fight. At number 5, Missouri, St. Louis stays one of the most violent cities in the country. Poverty and gangs make life dangerous. Many communities live under constant threat. The murder rate is among the highest. Community groups are fighting hard to reclaim neighborhoods. Crime is now spreading to nearby suburbs. How will Missouri fight crime with limited resources? What surprises does Alaska hold? Number 4, Alaska, especially Anchorage, faces high violent and property crime rates. Isolation and substance abuse make safety hard. Even though it's remote, residents feel vulnerable. Domestic violence and assaults have spiked. Nighttime travel in some areas is risky. Crime rates here are higher than many cities. How do you keep a community safe across such a huge, wild place? From Alaska, we head to Louisiana. At 3, Louisiana, New Orleans still has one of the highest murder rates. Poverty, drug trade, and gangs fuel the violence. Families live with danger every day. Murders remain steady despite police efforts. Community patrols organize nightly watches. Even tourist areas face rising crime. How can law enforcement fight such deep-rooted problems? Next is New Mexico. Number 2, New Mexico. Albuquerque sees very high violent crime rates. Poverty, drugs, and gangs make residents afraid at home. Violent crime is far above the national average. Neighborhood watch groups are growing. Even small towns feel the pain, but limited resources make crime control hard. If New Mexico struggles this much, how surprising is Oregon's number 1 spot? At 1, Oregon, Portland is facing record violent crime. Social unrest, police shortages, and the housing crisis all play a part. Parents are even pulling kids out of schools. Murder rates are at a 30-year high. One man was shot protecting his dog. The city's natural beauty hides urban dangers. Can Oregon balance its ideals with this harsh reality? If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss future updates. And don't forget to share your own experiences or worries about crime in your area down below.